Right now, we are going to focus on Wild Heart Sanctuary. Really excited to learn more about this great nonprofit. Sonia Richens is joining me via Zoom. Sonia, how are you doing? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, really good. So thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about Wild Heart Sanctuary. I know you've rescued 8 wild Mustangs. I think people may be surprised that this is something that needs to be done here. So tell me more.
Yeah, so right now, the Bureau of Land Management and the past years have been rounding up our wild horses, and a lot of people do not know that. When I tell them, they're really surprised. But they've been rounding up wild horses and are currently rounding up the majority of our wild horses in the United States and putting them in holding pens. And they need adoption really bad, these horses. They were wild and free one moment. Helicopters came in, rounded them up, and now they're all in holding pens, torn away from their families, their safety, their freedom. So, yeah, so that's what we do. We try to raise awareness and advocacy for the wild horses and also adopt them when they are needed. So
tell me more about this adoption process and how you're able to get these wild Mustangs from where they are being held to a place where they can live out their lives.
Yeah, so right now the BLM is going to do an online auction for the Anakie herd, and that's our Utah herd. And so 90% of the Anakie herd was rounded up. So they're awaiting adoption online, which we've never done before, but they've delayed it. We were supposed to have it now, but they delayed it to mid-December. But what we'll do with online adoption is get on and just I'll bid for the horses via just computer. And in the past with my other Mustangs, I actually went live to the BLM holding pen and adopted them. So this is really new. So I don't know what the price will be because we're bidding. But in the past, it used to be $125 per horse for the first horse and $25 for the second horse was all to get 2 Mustangs. So it's a new.
That's a really low price for horses. So where do you bring these Mustangs? Where do they end up after you're able to adopt them?
Okay, so we're gonna bid on 4 of our Anakie horses, 4 mares, and they've all been rounded up and torn apart from their herds. They're feeling very vulnerable and unsafe. So what we'll do is do the online auction, and we'll hire a horse transport company to go get them, and then they'll bring them to Wild Heart Sanctuary, and we'll put them in a whole separate area so they get to know our other wild horses over the fence. And we're trying to raise money for this to get shelter, prep it for the mares. One mare has a tiny little baby, and then the other 2 mares, one is very vulnerable right now, not eating, and she's very depressed. And the other mare with her, it's like her guardian angel. She's just standing by her, just protecting her. So we want to get those 2 too. And the one mare she's a paint horse, they're called, and her name's Giraffe. And a lot of people know of her with the Anakies. So yeah, so we hope to do that mid-December. We're just praying that we don't have snow up to our necks. So yeah.
And I personally believe you can learn so much from horses in many aspects of your life. So not only do you have these horses within your sanctuary, but you're able to offer programs where people can come and meet these horses and do retreats and yoga and such. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we do that, and they come meet the horses, and they're all so gentle and loving. And so they'll meet the horses. We do horse journey yoga down in the middle of the field in nature, just in a huge circle, and the horses just are allowed to be them and just weave in and out. And we have people come and just sit with them and just breathe and relax. And we've worked with a lot of like PTSD and at-risk teens and just people that need some peace in this, world right now. And they just sit in their magic, the horse's magic. So.
And through Tomorrow, Live PC, Give PC, you're raising funds. I think it's somewhat simple to connect the dots about what you need this money for the adoption costs, for taking care of horses. There is incredible costs in feeding and caring for them, and also for your programs. But what else would you like to specifically highlight that you're hoping to be able to accomplish through funds raised?
Okay, so with the funds raised, it's to get prep for the 4 mares that we're getting. So we'd love another shelter. We got to prepare the barn, do some land management, like have someone come in and flatten out the land where we're bringing them in, and we'll need snow removal, the adoption fee. Also, and a lot of our fundraising goes to advocacy work too for the wild Mustangs, for people to educate them on what's going on. So, yeah, we can use anything you can send us. We'll be so grateful for.
Well, we're very excited that you're participating in Live PC, Give PC, and hope that you'll raise lots of funds to be able to help the adoption of these Mustangs. Thank you so much, Sonia, for joining us today. You can learn out more about Wild Heart Sanctuary at wild-heart-sanctuary online. Once again, you can see that on our screen. And thanks to Sonia for being here virtually. We'll be back with more here on Mountain Connections Live right after this.